Cheap web hosting. Have you ever wondered, what is cheap web hosting services? Do you often wonder what are 4S of cheap web hosting services? Have you found yourself frequently thinking, if you have proper knowledge of taking advantage of cheap web hosting services? If yes, then you have landed on the right video. Welcome back to another episode of Colorful Finance, the #1 source for content centered around earning money from home. We provide you with theoretical experience in our videos and practical experience with the tools we provide you in the description. Subscribe to the channel so you're always up to date with our latest uploads. In this video, we'll take you through everything you need to know about cheap web hosting. Now let's get into it. Your quest for cheap web hosting has finally come to an end, because if you keep watching, you would get to know not only how to find cheap web hosts around every corner on the internet, but also how to find cheap web hosts who are also good service providers, have a large customer database, extensive support, and professional security. Too good to be true? Balance is the key. Find the balance of services and the price they are offered at. Finding the right balance makes the most difference. The problem with most web hosting beginners is that it is not as easy a task all the time to find a web hosting provider with proper balance. But if you are looking for a web hosting provider who is in the range of your pocket, and you still want to make the best of them, look for the following elements, which you must acquire in your affordable package to get the maximum out of your web hosting experience. The 4S of cheap web hosting. Speed is the first and foremost factor to be considered when buying a web hosting package that already seems compromised in financial terms. How to tell if your website is going to be speedy enough before purchasing the web space? Simple, just observe the downloading and response speed of the web hosting provider's website, which obviously, and it's never wrong, is hosted on their own web servers. If the provider's website is working fine and loading fast, and is very responsive, then chances are that by choosing those hosts, your website would have the same attributes. The second is security. Now, if you don't have corporate money in your pockets, do not mean you have to compromise the security of your data and your website. Security is a key issue when deciding to choose a web host. Read as much as is available on the host's website about their security measures and preferences. Talk to their customer representatives and ask them questions about their security. Find out about some of the previous customers of the company and send them an email requesting information about the web hosting performance of the said company. Gather as much information as you can. Remember, the more you know, the more secure you are. The third is security. Your affordable web host must offer you some of the very essential services without any additional fees. These services would include features like Control Panel, the front-end software to manage the whole of your account in a point-and-click manner, additional domains, sufficient disk space, comfortable bandwidth, email addresses, built-in scripts, and programs, for example the message board. Website statistics. Some web hosts even provide search engine submission services on very low-cost shared web hosting solutions. So, what is basically required here is just proper research on the available options and their comparison with each other. And last but not least is the support. The web hosting support must be 24/7, and the service must be online with beginner help and fax. This ensures that the web host has a huge customer database, and they are manned enough to cater to the needs of their customers and offer them quality product and services, not to mention top-notch security. Though you must not forget to document all the contact information about your web host off of their website and somewhere with you. This is because in case of a web server downtime, you would know where to contact the web host's off-site, because their own website may probably be hosted on the same web server and may be down along with all the rest of the websites. Taking advantage of cheap web hosting. Websites that hand out lace workplace hosting usually aren't in fact unrecompensed when you rest assured of the benefits you wish to consign up. Most gratis website hosting offers to give you free space on another company's website, but you are not getting actual domain hosting. You're getting one or a few of your web pages displayed on someone else's domain. Therefore, you can never fully promote your website or help it to reach its full potential. If the company is shut down tomorrow, your site will shut down as well. Another disadvantage of unrecompensed lattice page hosting is you leave commonplace have advertisements on your net pages. At the terrifically least, you have an ad for the mission that is providing the hosting space. This can lead your visitors to 𝐦𝐤𝐤 out of your website before buying your products. Even some loud web hosting services advance corresponding services as the paper hosts. The discrete variation is they strike you for a reduced hosting service. When shopping for flashy lacework hosting, be hard to compare lacework pad hosting packages, not individual prices. Some primary types to glom for are the charge of web space you're getting for the money. You might not need much web hosting space at the start, but as you expand, the website will grow much larger. So, you'll most likely have to purchase more web hosting space if you don't purchase enough at the start. In comparing low-cost web hosting packages, you might be surprised at the differences in the amount of web space you get when paying only $1 or $2 more. Other things to speculation about when comparing 𝐥𝐤𝐤 lacework hosting packages: own customer and practical sustain availability, confusing email accounts and autoresponders, endless direct panel double as panel, or a similar program, password protected directories, etc. If you need special web design integration with PHP, 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞, and databases, be sure the virtual host offers these features. Also, if you plan to resell hosting to your customers, be sure the virtual host offers reseller hosting as well. Before the election, a tasteless lattice hosting package. Dispose on how you leave contrive your website. What programming rigmarole will you bless in your lattice design? Will you need to integrate a shopping cart and/or customer database? How will you handle your customer emails? All these questions should be considered before choosing a cheap web hosting package. And with that, we've reached the end of this video all about cheap web hosting. Let us know in the comments section down below if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful and interesting. Remember to leave a thumbs up before you leave. Also subscribe to Colorful Finance and click the notification bell so you're always up to date with our latest releases. As always, thanks for stopping by and watching. See you again soon in the next one.